Welcome to another episode of the Glint Standard. This is our Super Bowl episode. Very special. So let's get started. All right. Well, we have how many days until
Ooh, 4 days.
that you know?
All the activities are starting now.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be exciting. So, around our time, or in about 4 days, we have the Super Bowl. We have the Eagles. Fly, birds, fly. And we have the Kansas City Chiefs playing, which I predicted.
When did you predict it? Last week?
Maybe. But I knew the 49ers were not going to advance.
I really wanted them to.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're going to talk Super Bowl stuff, but we're going to do a kind of this or that. Are you up for that?
I'm
a little
up
bit
for
different.
For sure.
A this or that. I think our listeners are really going to hear kind of how we compliment each other, especially on the first this or that.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about some Super Bowl stuff too, as well. But before we go into all of that, we just survived Ice-Mageddon, didn't we?
Well, another one. Not as bad as, last year was. But
Was it
definitely
last year or the
another
year
cold
before
one.
last?
I
don't
want to say
remember.
it was last year.
Okay.
Well, no, it probably was 2 years ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's becoming a little bit consistent now.
Yeah.
You got to have some of that in Texas so that, 2 days later it can be 70 degrees and beautiful.
Well, so
Which is exactly how it is.
So guess what I'm going to say to that? The world is coming to an end.
Or it's consistently the same all the time.
I know. No,
I'm going to take the this or the that. I'm taking the really positive. It's just normal. It's just normal stuff.
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago when we had all the ice, I felt like I was on Little House of the Prairie because we had to, we didn't have the water. I mean, it was crazy.
It was very different and very unprepared. At this day and age, it really surprised me.
Remember the rolling blackouts and everything? But anyway, so this is always around Super Bowl time, but we digress. Okay, this or that. Okay, so I have a fun one.
Okay.
At the very beginning. Phone or text?
Phone or text? As far as making a phone call or sending a text? I'm always going to make a phone call.
And I love a good text, but I have conditions on that.
Okay.
For me, if it has to do with operations or something that needs a quick answer, I think text is the best way to go.
Probably, yeah.
If it is a sensitive topic or, where you really want to gauge someone's opinions or hear their voice, phone, obviously.
Right.
But I think that playing phone tag is so inefficient. I think it is inefficient. It wastes time when you can get it done and over.
Yeah, but how do you know you're going to play phone tag?
Easily, because everybody's busy and they're distracted. Most of the time, people are not answering their phones. So what's funny, there was a meme that I saw on Facebook, and it said, I was too busy looking at your call to answer it or something.
Well, that does kind of make sense, actually.
Yeah.
Now that you say that. I think of it in kind of a threefold process. I think in a business perspective and in a personal perspective, it's completely different. In some regards, but if there's an issue, if you're trying to close business, say a client also might have a challenge, maybe something's happened and need results, the client's not even aware of it, it always starts with email. And then it's immediately followed up with text, and then you phone call. Because you don't want to seem like you're trying to avoid the situation.
Right.
And I prefer FaceTime, face-to-face.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Above all of it.
I think we agree.
You get that emotion and that tone you can see, and it's easy to be angry on text and email because you're not seeing the reaction of the other person. I think that's why I always lean the other way.
But I think we can agree on in person, definitely. I think that is always the best. Like, I would rather go and meet a friend for coffee, and I guess I'm talking personal, but meet a friend for coffee or lunch or something like that than playing phone tag phone.
Yeah,
Or sitting for a 2-hour conversation on my phone.
Well, part of it too, I mean, you just ask, right?
Yeah.
We have some clients, when you were a client,
Yeah.
text me. I'm like, all right, we'll text. And if they're, and usually I'll get back on whatever, I'll get back with you in an hour, or just whatever's going on is quick and easy, right? And it's not disruptive to whatever's going on. It's made a lot of sense. Other clients, like, call me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call you. And if you don't get somebody in that regard, just follow up with an email, right? Because the last thing you want to do is say, well, I sent you a text, or I left you a voicemail, because that puts the onus on them, like it's their fault. And you don't ever want to do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just about being thorough, over communicate, I guess.
And knowing your audience.
Know your
we talk
audience,
about
that's
this
always
every
key.
single
Right.
time.
I know to text you, I know your audience.
But I'm happy to get on a call.
Yeah,
I just
absolutely.
don't like the back and forth.
Yeah.
Now, if it's something, that's, like I said, sensitive, I think a call is very appropriate. If it's really time sensitive and we know that we're both near a phone.
In the moment, you're maybe going back and forth with a text or an email, maybe just jump on.
Then you just pick up the
Maybe
call.
just do that.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking for that paper trail, to validate things. Or even when you get off the phone, you can send a follow-up email or text.
Yeah.
That this is what we talked about. We'll move forward on this. Everything sound good. Whatever that is.
Okay, so this or that.
Yeah.
You're a phone person.
Absolutely.
I'm a text person.
Yeah.
But I am a text first, and then we can set up phone. Okay.
No, I agree with that 100%. One other quick anecdote on that. You know
Yeah.
what's really crazy?
What?
In my personal life, I don't pick the phone up. If the phone's not with me and I'm somewhere I'm supposed to be, I don't let it distract me. So if, say, my friends want to do something, maybe we're going to go play golf or something, they always call my wife. If they know, I got to check there anyway.
I think
They
you're
call
valid.
her and they do that. But it takes me a day or two sometimes to get back to people.
Wow. Okay.
It's
Ooh,
serious.
listeners.
It's not intentional.
Listeners, viewers.
But that's on the
we
personal
want to hear
side,
your.
right? It's not that no one's important. It's just when I'm doing what I'm doing,
You
I'm
don't want to
focused
get
in
distracted.
on what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that's a good thing because
I
they
don't
say
know.
that multitasking is not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
That
maybe so.
I mean, because our attention is pulled different ways,
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe that there's something to that,
Could be.
you know.
Yeah, let's go with that. It's
Yeah,
good.
okay. Okay, but really though, I would love listeners to tell us what they do. You know.
Yeah, it is interesting. Maybe we can put a survey up or something too. Just see.
Okay, so love that. Since we're talking about the Super Bowl,
Okay.
this or that, Chiefs or Eagles?
Want to win or think will win? I'm gonna go with.
Want. Let's do
I'm gonna go with
want.
the Eagles. I just think they're
You-
a really good team. I mean, both teams are good. Mahomes has had one. Hurts needs one. I don't know. They're just a really good team. They play really well, and they're a rival of my team. But still, I feel a lot of effort and drive, and when I watch them play, and that whole nothing's going to stop me, and I think that's why I want them to win.
Okay. So my opinion is very superficial.
Are you picking based on uniform?
No, I'm picking based on who has the most celebrity power.
Well then,
I mean, we're in the age
then,
of
yeah, that has to
promotion,
change.
advertising, and I just think the Chiefs have it.
yeah, okay,
Travis Kelce
yeah.
and his dance moves, and I mean,
His
and you
dancing
put
is going
him.
to put him over the edge. That's funny.
I mean, that's personality. It's
Yeah.
charisma. You put him up against his brother,
That's big
Eagles,
time.
boring. Travis, yes,
I wonder what his mom's going to think about you saying that.
I mean, she loves her child, right? So she would love me for saying that.
Fair enough.
But anyway, I think it's star power, celebrity power. So
Okay.
that's what I base my decision on. So
Okay.
the Chiefs, all the way.
Yep. All right.
All the way.
I like it. We'll see what happens.
I know. Okay, so there's this huge controversy or a little rumor about M&M's and their spokesperson and their Super Bowl commercial this year. And we already know that advertisers are spending millions of dollars. I think this Super Bowl is probably going to be one of the most expensive to run ads. because I think it just gets worse every year, right? You know, everyone competing. So it's kind of this Maya Rudolph. This is your this.
Mm-hmm.
Or the nostalgic M&M candies. This is your that. What would you like to see for the M&M brand?
M&M brand,
Considering what
nostalgic is where you go. I mean, you can bring celebrity power in, but I don't think you want it to replace. I don't know that it's going to.
Yeah.
Maya Rudolph's, she's talented. I like her.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it's needed. But I don't know that brand well enough to know, are they on a downfall or is it just an awareness?
So
either way, I think it's going to be humorous. That's going to have to be in there.
So there was a controversy.
Yeah.
The conservatives basically said that the reimagining of the candy, the little caricatures, was too woke. Too woke. And it just caused a lot of talk. I mean, I think they reduced the heels on one of them. They created a purple M&M to really portray inclusivity.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it just stirred up a lot of controversy. Me personally, I'm like, why are we talking about the M&Ms? Can we talk about world peace, you know, or hunger?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Everyone has an opinion, right?
Everybody,
And
my goodness.
That's okay.
And
that's fair, but
Craig, everybody's a marketer.
you can't adapt and you can't fit for everybody. That's the marketing side of it. Who's your target audience?
Mm-hmm.
You'd want to appeal to them because they're your best opportunity to sell.
Mm-hmm.
M&M's is no different. As you become a brand that big, though, you have to be more sensitive to the world.
Mm-hmm.
But at what price? At what point? So now, Maya Rudolph, you pick her.
Well,
why didn't you pick so and so instead?
Right, and if I
It
write a
really
comment,
can become just this endless trail
It
of
could
problems
be.
if you want it to be.
it could be.
At the end of the day, we gotta let some things be.
So apparently
Yeah.
they're saying they're just taking a break from the little M&Ms. I thought that they were cute. And I love nostalgia over something new, but I think
Yeah.
that might be my age.
I don't think that's the case. I think M&Ms start with kids, and then you become an adult and love them because you loved them when you were a kid. It's an easy candy for a kid.
Yeah. Ooh,
It's
that's
just,
a good
there's so
point.
much to that I don't know. I mean, reinventing a brand, or I'm sorry, not reinventing a brand, but establishing a brand, giving it a new look and feel. There has to be a real reason to do it. Don't do it just because everyone else is doing it.
So I love the point that you just brought up.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the kids. The kids are going to drive the sales, even though, you know, they don't have the money themselves. They're taking their parents, and then we're remembering our memories as children eating M&Ms, and that's what the brand essence is, you know, and you don't really want to lose it. So now change that and put Maya Rudolph in there. I think she's funny, yes.
Absolutely.
I think she definitely personifies what they're trying to do in terms of diversity and inclusivity.
Yeah.
You know, her being mixed race and having kind of a unique look. But will it hit home?
Not with kids. And honestly, kids don't care. They're not old enough to start caring about that. That
I think
influence
you're
hasn't
right.
hit them yet. But, I mean, that's my thought.
It's
I
going
mean,
to be interesting to see.
This or that. Peanut or plain.
Oh, peanut all the way, all the
same
time.
way. Peanut. Peanut's the way to go.
Peanut is the way to go. It's going to be fun. So we have to watch on Sunday to see what they actually do.
I probably watch more for the commercials than I do the
Me
game,
too.
to be honest with you.
So much fun.
Unless
Do you
my
remember-
team's in.
Do you remember last year? Who was it though? See, I can't even remember the brand that just put up a QR code. Was that last year or the year
That
before
was last year, yeah.
That's kind of different.
Something I've always wanted to do. Could never get a client behind it. I mean, that's on me for not being able to sell the power of it, but it's great that somebody was able to, at that price point, convince the advertiser to do it and then have the bandwidth to pull it off.
Well, I tell you, it did catch my attention because it was quiet. It was silent.
Exactly
and
right.
then everybody, you know, you just look, and then you start trying to, once you figure out what's going on, because I think the QR code was jumping all over the screen. I mean, so
Yeah.
then that's a really good segue into our last this or that.
Okay.
Do you like trendy Or do you like tried and true? This or that?
Generally speaking, tried and true.
Yeah.
I'm not a trendy guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I am.
I'm gonna start calling you the new Coke.
The new Coke.
The anti-new Coke.
What about the original Coke? You call me the original
I'll
Coke.
call you the original. I was gonna say the anti-new Coke.
Anti-new Coke? Yeah,
Because
I'm anti-new Coke.
I think Coca-Cola learned a big lesson way back when. Sometimes it's really good to stick with what you're really known for and what you do well. And
I
the
remember
original.
when I was young and they did that, I asked for a Coke wherever I was.
Mm-hmm.
You go, oh, we have new Coke. Like, I'll have a Pepsi.
Yeah.
I disliked it that much.
That's crazy.
And
That's
as
crazy.
a
They
kid.
millions millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Millions.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you know that some people actually, and I know this is, we digress,
Mm-hmm.
but they actually speculate that that was a publicity stunt.
What's an easy way to justify the loss? You have to
It
try
couldn't
new
have been.
things sometimes because, you know, you don't want to sell.
They
Maybe it's
couldn't
the
have
same
done it
kind
on
of thing.
purpose.
Maybe Eminem's doing the same thing, right?
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah, this is
what's
good.
it going to look like 20 years from now?
Mm-hmm.
Both brands.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
You
Can we
just
come
think,
back and talk about this?
I hope so.
We will in 20 years. So
It'll be a revisit of this or that.
yeah, a revisit of this or that. Okay, so this or that, phone call, text. You love phone call. I love a good text followed up by a phone call. But we both agree that in person is awesome. Talking to people face to face is really effective. Chiefs or Eagles? You think the Eagles are going to come through. I think the star power of the Chiefs will make them play better. And they will be the victors on Sunday.
All right.
Okay? And and then Maya Rudolph in the Eminem characters, we kind of, I think we agree on this whole nostalgia type thing and really staying true to your brand and not switching just because.
And you have so much more control over those characters, what they can do. You think about the movie trailers; they're so good, and it just opens the world up.
Yeah,
right? It just does.
And not that
I love it.
Not that anyone doesn't like Maya Rudolph. I think she is the best choice if you're going to veer and do something different.
It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I
At the
think
end of the day, everyone's talking about it,
Yeah.
which is kind of the goal.
that's
right?
the goal. That's
you
the
go.
goal. And then nostalgic versus trendy, or original versus trendy. Original
Your original as well.
is not. I mean, original. I think I am. I don't know.
You
'Cause
jump
I
on the things
like to
pretty-
be-
The thing about trendy is trends go away,
Yeah.
but you're always willing to take them on, right?
Right.
So that's okay being about trends, but it's just a fleeting moment
It
to me.
is.
And then the
It
original
is.
is always there.
I think timeless.
Neither's bad, I don't think.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I think there's a place for both. So anyway. All right.
Yep.
What'd you think about our this or that Super Bowl edition?
I love it. So Super Bowl edition facts too. So here's something.
Oh,
to throw at you.
okay.
Percentage wise, how many ads do you think are going to be humorous versus emotional?
I think we need some humor in our lives. So I would say the majority. I'm not going to give a percentage.
Not you need a percentage.
No, I'm gonna say 65%.
As of yesterday, 88%.
Nuh-uh.
As of yesterday.
Humor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. We
There's
need
I
it.
think there's maybe 2 or 3% that's just going to be product driven. Everything else on the emotional side. And I want to say, because this happens every year, the emotional side is going to come from those car advertisers, which makes no sense to me at all.
So interesting, really.
You always hear the emotional and you want to cry at Ford.
Yeah.
You know, Cadillac, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Wonder why that
drives me
works.
nuts.
We have to explore that a little bit
I
later.
don't like it.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about it
Yeah.
and really look at the ads
Yeah.
from Sunday and debrief.
Yeah.
80, would you say 88?
88% as of yesterday.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us for this Super Bowl edition of the Glint Standard. We're happy that you joined us. Follow us on all of the social media platforms. I'm not going to even list them all, but Glint is there, and we'd love to hear what you think, especially about our this and that's, and we'd love to hear your opinions as well. Take care and have a good day.
Please give us a thumbs up below if you like this episode, and feel free to leave us any questions or comments you may have. To check out our past episodes, do so here. Subscribe to our channel below.